what's going on, Philly Jungle? It's Mike Dash, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So we have to cross-examine Ms. Vasquez's testimony. So she says, I was with Sal, an old bag, security lady, when we found the body. Hold it! What time was that? At 5, she said before. We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal. So I'd say it was then. That makes sense. When exactly did you and Mr. Manello arrive at the studio? She probably doesn't know. About 10 minutes before. Okay, that makes... Okay. I wasn't stuffing anybody's in the costumes, mind you. I seem disinclined to believe that. Select your answer. Press harder. I'm gonna press harder. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? See, it was only her and Sal, who we've already said is a conspirator, so... They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help. Oh... So, but she's going to say we need proof, isn't she? What did I just say? Yeah, well, I guess you need proof in order to be really, really super acquitted from this. I guess at this point, it's unknown. Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing anybody's into any costumes? You did, but I don't really believe you. You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. But, boy? We'll continue her testimony! Okay, let her do that. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. Wait, I thought she just said in the previous statement she was selling old bag. The security lady, but now she says only Powers was absent. Why was I thinking old bag when she said Powers? Okay. Well, Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? Yes, we already established this. So he says... did no one go to call him? That's a good question. Remember who you are. You are my son. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us. Yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. She seems calm all the damn time. So I press order and we got... I'm not gonna ever not do that. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? Oh, the other way around? You'd panic and go get him. You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Thank you, Judge. Well, Ms. Vasquez. Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. That is apparent. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. Yeah, he fucking does. He's a giant. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Not really, but... Well, Ms. Vasquez, you may continue. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? They were finding the body. No one said a thing. I thought they were all panicky. It was silent. Completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. How long of a time was that? Sorry I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Yes, dead silence. That's actually a point where I like how they got rid of the music there. Yeah, see. Is the recording a bit stretched? I don't know. I can fix it in post, hopefully. ... Everyone's ... dotting again. Silent. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Like what? The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it." Old bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? Because of the photo, I guess? Or she said because she saw him going toward the studio. We already learned that this is false, but whatever. Right, the Steel Samurai. Press hard. Well, we're gonna get an option for that on a lot of these. Did the detective erase Mr. Powers' space solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. Okay. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. Okay. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. This has been on display before. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. What about now? I asked to be left out of the proceedings. Too late for that, but... You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, because she's trying to hide something. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. Okay. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question, but she can plead the fifth. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, which she's already lost her alibi from that, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? That's a good question. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning, so that's the Mafia. I went back to the trailer to get my script and directions. Wait a second! Do we still have that memo from earlier? No, we don't. Crap. Because, see, she went back to the trailer to get her notes, but they weren't there, but it looks like we lost that evidence, which is unfortunate. So, both the script and the whatchamacallit, the memo, press that. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. See, they were at the Studio One. Press harder. Okay, this is where we're gonna have. Okay, this is probably what's gonna help us out. No, I don't know. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? That is a good question. She forgot them. Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? Because of the broken staff? Why? There was a murder after all, but she didn't know. She shouldn't have known that yet on her way to Studio One. We've caught her now. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Wait. Oh yeah, I guess. Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue. Oh God. See, Edgeworth is gonna object. Thank you, Edgeworth. Your Honor, see, he's probably gonna point out the holes in that. I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Yes, thank you, Edgeworth. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal, but how would she know? Don't you see what that means? She knew there was a murder. She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. She's screwing up. ... Murmur. Order! Mr. Edgeworth! Let's see. Thank you for helping me out, Edgeworth. ... What you have just said actually makes sense. It's a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move, because at this point he's basically given up. Are you thinking of a career change to defense? I think, actually, does he do that? I think I read on the Ace Attorney Wiki that he does end up doing that at some point. ... I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. It's not the first time he's done it. He did it with Miss May as well, so... So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? One that seeks the truth. No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. I guess we're gonna have another testimony now. Well, we'll change testimony to reflect this reason. Okay, we're gonna have another statement added, I guess. I knew the hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Because we had this statement added, we're probably gonna have the option to present on it? How would she know that Hammer was injured? She knew, it was Powers that would have been injured, right? I don't know. See, I'm gonna take a state here, I think. But yeah, the question is, how would she know? I'm gonna take a state, but I'm just gonna press the statement. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. How did Sal know then? He told me. Wait, Sal the director? We have to find something to peg this on her here. Oh my. Everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Okay, so this is gonna be at the beginning of the testimony. So let's, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So let's go back. Load the previous state that I just did, because I think, so, how would she know Hammer was injured? See, if we present the Powers photo, what do we get? See, okay, maybe that's it. You knew that Hammer was injured. She knew that Hammer was injured because she knew that he was in the Steel Samurai costume, and he was the one dragging the leg in the photo. Don't you think that's a little funny? As Powers was the one injured. I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Okay, there we go. Mr. Wright, explain yourself! Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. Powers. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? She wasn't present at the run-through, I guess. So she would have had to have known that the Steel Samurai was Hammer, and she would only be able to know that if she killed him. ... I accidentally... I already said it was Sal who told me, but how did Sal... Actually, you didn't. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. Yeah, you're not getting out of this one. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. So, yeah, it was him, Old Bag, Assistant, and the actors. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? There we go.